At sundown marks the first night of Hanukkah, and members of the Jewish community will gather at the JCA for the traditional lighting of the giant menorah. And this year's celebration comes with the Department of Homeland Security and Department of Justice and other law enforcement agencies reminding members of the community that there are those that may use the war between Israel and Hamas as an excuse to increase calls for violence in the United States. Joining me on the morning show, Alex Silverstein, a retired FBI agent and current director of security for the Jewish Federation and Foundation of Northeast Florida. Good morning. Thanks for being here.
Good morning. Thank you very much for having me.
So ironically, this comes on the second month anniversary of the terrorist attack by Hamas in Israel, usually a joyous and festive holiday. But the people in this community and the people who are gathering tonight, mindful of the dramatic rise of antisemitism and mourning the loss of those who were killed in this October 7th attack, have to be vigilant about what might happen, but also going about their business.
That's absolutely correct. While there are no specific and credible threats to the Jewish community right now, it is still vitally important that those of us in the community remain aware of what's going on around them and report any type of suspicious activity. Vigilance is key.
So the biggest threat would come from what they call a lone wolf threat. What is a lone wolf threat?
A lone wolf threat is someone who is not necessarily affiliated with a terrorist organization, but is inspired by the rhetoric of that terrorist organization or ideology. These are people that usually act independently. They may be radicalized by a group and then break off, or they may become self-radicalized by viewing media, usually online, social media, and they typically act on their own like a lone wolf or in pairs.
And there are people who are just out to cause trouble because there is, I hate to say it, just hate out there as well.
A wise person once told me that there's inevitably there's always a 20% chance of running into a jerk.
And that's it, plain and simply. So I mentioned it's been 2 months since the attack on Israel. People have short memories, and they let their guards down. Anti-Semitism is rampant, and it's growing. It is not time to let your guard down. And it doesn't mean don't enjoy the holiday tonight. It doesn't mean you and your family can't enjoy the community menorah lighting. It does mean not to only be cliche here. If you see something, you do have to say something.
You not only have to say something, you have to do something. It's very, very important that all members of the community get trained on what to do in an emergency. Preparedness is key. We not only want to see something, say something, we want to do something. And by we say do something, we mean prepare, have a plan. If a danger presents itself, you need to take action. And when we say action, we want to run, hide, fight. If we want to call law enforcement, if we see something, it's not just saying something, it's actually doing it. It's actually picking up the phone, calling law enforcement. It's getting online, making a tip, whether it is to law enforcement, JSO, the FBI, secure community network, and so that something can be done about it.
I know you won't go into specifics, but there will be security there.
Absolutely. As before, I've been in contact with local law enforcement, the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, the St. John's and Clay County Sheriff's Offices. We're very, very grateful for all of their support. They know where our Hanukkah celebrations are going to be and at what time. They will have extra assets on hand to make sure that everybody enjoys tonight peacefully.
So back to the seeing something. What might raise somebody's suspicions?
The main thing to count on is your gut feelings. If you see something that seems out of place to you, then it's out of place. Report it. People who are acting unusually in the context of the event. If something is going on a stage and a person is not paying attention to it, that could be suspicious. Somebody who sits at a bus stop and the buses come and go and they're watching a particular address, that could be suspicious. A car that is parked where it normally is not, it could possibly be suspicious. These are some of the things that we should all be on the lookout for, especially in the context of a public gathering.
And trust your kids, too, because sometimes they see things that adults don't.
100%. Just because a kid sees it doesn't necessarily mean that it isn't true.
Don't discount it.
Correct.
Alex, word to the wise out there for everybody. And to all the members of the Jewish community, from your friends and family here at News4Jax, we wish you a happy and safe Hanukkah. Appreciate you being here, Alex.
Thank you very much. Chag Sameach.
Chag Sameach, which means happy holidays. 7-4.